What's good, guys? Here to talk to you about my favorite fighting game that costs a dollar, you know, a dollar or $20 depending where you buy it, PC, PS4, but it doesn't matter. It's a very cheap game, very cool game, and the reason why it's so cool is because it has a lot of amazing options that should be the standard in every fighting game, but they're not. Clearly they're not, because recently people have been talking about how fighting games deserve better and how we're missing options, and I personally agree. I think a lot of the basic options in fighting games are missing in a lot of fighting games, or they just take an extended period of time to come out, which is really annoying. So the first thing I'm going to go over is tutorials in fighting games. Majority of them have tutorials, a lot of them don't, and some that do don't really teach you everything. They keep mechanics hidden, or they just don't convey information correctly. If you're gonna make a fighting game and you want people to pick it up and learn, have a good tutorial, go in depth, have the beginner stuff. You know, my first fighting game, I've never picked up a controller. Intermediate stuff, then explain the system. You know, you can get advanced. I just want to show you guys my favorite training, not training mode, tutorial from this game, which is push by guard cancel. So this is a mechanic in the game that if the game never taught me, there is no way for me to find out unless someone told me, and I really hate when games don't tell you these things. It's annoying. This mechanic can make or break a game. So basically, when you block in this game, there are insane block strings that the opponent can do, but if you push block, you go into your push block animation, and then as soon as it ends, you return to neutral, which means you can make things minus or even unsafe based on what the opponent does. So we're gonna show you an example. The tutorial will show me, you know, shows the frame advantage. She has frame advantage there, right? She jumped first. Wow. It taught me how to use the mechanic. It showed me what it does. That's crazy, right? It'd be nice if this is in every fighting game. When I played Dragon Ball, I didn't even know that if you held Dragon Rush, you got extra hits. The game didn't tell me. Why is that a secret? I don't know. And here again, messed it up. It gives me an application for it immediately, dude. And then so when I play matches, I can go, okay, let's experiment. Let's see what I can and can't beat. Let's see what's safe and not safe. Let's learn the game. Thank you for teaching me about your game. Alright? So if you make a fighting game, have a gosh darn tutorial. Just make the dang tutorial, please. Anyways, next thing is training mode options. Okay. Turn this on, turn this on. This doesn't have to be on, but we're going to turn this on. Have this, this, this. Pretty cool that I can set the training mode options before I even start training mode. Ew. Let's go. So, here are my favorite things in training mode. I believe that save states are only possible if you have GGPO, but I'm not 100% sure. You have to talk to somebody who knows about that kind of stuff. But the cool thing about save states, and if your game can have them, I highly recommend it, is that no matter where I am, it resets to the point where it has to be. The cool thing about this, and this is something that I really wish Dragon Ball would have when trying to practice stuff, is because it's a save state, you can save it at any point. So say for example, I do level 3, right? And I want to practice the post level 3 scenario. Instead of having to reset it every time and do this, and then go from there, I can do this. And so when I load the save state, it just goes towards the end. So if your game can have this, just put it in the game. Anyways, the next thing is frame data. If you can see at the bottom of the screen, it says 8 plus 2. That's the startup and your frame advantage. It changes. It's variable. So plus 28, plus 22, minus 37. And then it tells you the startup of the attack. And it's the same for on block as well. So there you go. It just shows you. This is nice. It just kind of teaches you what is and what isn't safe. And I get the argument of, well, the game does the homework for you, but you know what? I don't care. Just give me this information. I want to just play the game. Stop saving it. Stop holding it from me. Don't wait a year to give it to me. Just give me it. The next thing is playback as reversal. So we're going to set her to do this. So the recording has her doing this. But because she is set to do it as a reversal, this makes it so that I can practice versus people who mash. So if I want to practice an anti-mash setup, I can get the reversal to come out frame 1. And the unique thing about this game that I wish other games did when they had playback as reversal is they want you to record, but they record the entire reversal. So as you can see, she's recorded to do that. But when she goes to do the reversal, she just does the reversal. If you can incorporate this in your game, please do it, because I don't want to try to push record and then input it immediately, and then hopefully I did it perfectly so I can actually practice it correctly. So a lot of games have playback as reversal, but I wish they did it this way. And some games don't even have it. Like, come on guys, get it together. Playback side correction. So for example, if it's on and she plays back as a reversal, she'll always do it the right side. But if it's off, she'll do the wrong super. That's really cool. These options together are amazing. And it just has the basic options. You can set them to jump and stuff, make them fight a CPU, how they block. This game has push blocks and stuff. This is something that I wish was in other games. So in other games, say for example, again, I'm trying to test post level 3 Oki. I have to go through the entire super and then just wait. But in this game, there is an option to remove the super flash, so she just does it. This will be so useful for Dragon Ball, because I am not trying to wait literally 15 seconds to test just one thing. That is so frustrating. So if you can have this in your game, put it in your game. But yeah, just have good training mode options, please. Like, those are like my favorite options in the game. If you can put them in your game, you're set. You're good to go. Just give the player something to work with, especially since not everyone has locals. Not everyone can practice versus people. Give them training mode options so they can familiarize themselves with scenarios and just counterplay and all that stuff. Please just give us this option. The next thing I want to go over is netcode. So most people or developers or whatever, they use delay-based netcode, and this works if you live in Japan, but if you're in the United States or Europe, it does not work. I find myself playing with constant 3 frame input delay, 2 frames, 5 frames. It's just so frustrating. You can't get legit practice in these games. I just want to practice at home. Most likely won't find a match on PS4, but oh, well, I found one. See, it shows the ping, and then I get to set the input delay. I can keep it at 0 no matter the ping, or I can make it 1. Like, please, 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 if you can do this, just do this and let me choose the input delay. God, let me choose the input delay. I don't care if the ping is 90. I want it to be 0. That is so godlike. Please, just let me have that. The last thing I want to show, and this is for offline tournaments, is tournament mode. That's me. Tournament mode is cool. First things first. As you can see, a menu comes up. I can pick either side, player 1 or 2. This makes it so that I don't have to go back to character select or back to lobby just to pick my player side. Dragon Ball has this problem. If I pick the wrong user, I'm on the wrong side. That's annoying. As you see, the first thing that comes up is button config. So the cool thing about this game is that it forces the players to button check, but on top of forcing the player to button check, the way you do it is, it says light punch, I push the button I want to be light punch, which is square, then it goes to the next button, I push triangle to be my medium punch, and so on and so forth. Some games have it that like you can go through the buttons like this. It gives the option too, but you don't have to do that. You know what I mean? Restore as default. Yeah, just put this in your game. Just stop wasting my time. And then the match goes. So this removes the option for needing in-game button checks from your game. If you make a mistake, it is on you. Or in trying to get tournaments to go faster, this is one of the ways to make it easier on both the players and the tournament organizers. So the next thing, match ends. Dude doesn't go back to the main menu. He could be salty. Just turns off his controller and walks away. Oh, it goes back to the menu. Epic. Next person comes up. They turn on the controller. They sign in. Doesn't matter to who. They pick their sides. And then they start. Then they do the same thing again. They button check again. So if you want this game to be played in a tournament, please just add an option like this in the game. It really makes it easier on all of us. It's not hard either. I know you guys can do it. Paying $60 for your game. This game costs $15. So what's the excuse, you know? This is something that I wish every game had. I don't know why they don't all have it. So above the character's life bars, it tells you who's the leader. So here no one's the leader. There she's the leader. There the other player's the leader. So put this in your game. It's annoying to play and not know who's in the lead, especially since a lot of games, you know, not all of them are designed around the timer clearly, from my understanding, but some games do go to time, and it's really nice to know who's in the lead. So if you can put that in your game, that would be swell. And of course, at the end of the game, it tells you the points. See, 1 win. So if it's first to 3, you just get the 3 wins, and then once the set is over, you turn off the controller. It goes back here. You turn on the controller. I'm just showing this in depth because this is how tournaments go. They pick their characters. I did it again. I just mashed. Button check. Pick the characters. See how the game forced me to button check? I cannot forget to button check. I cannot forget. And then the scores reset because you reset the menu. Okay? So, put this in your game and you'll be good. Those are pretty much the only things that I really care about. I don't care about single player stuff. Nothing like that. I just care about training mode, netcode, tournament mode. Last thing before I go. Say for example a match ends. So this is the menu. Player 1's like, I really won. Play again. Player 2 goes, wow, I really don't want to play this matchup again. Let me switch characters. And then, something that I haven't seen in forever is that player 1 doesn't have to re-pick their characters or their colors or anything. Only player 2 has to do it. Just put this in your game. I'm really surprised that this option isn't like in games. It's just missing for pretty much every game I've played. Weird. But yeah, that goes about everything I wanted to go over. Thank you guys for watching. I hope in the future people who release these new fighting games kind of give us just the basics. I would love to see it. Have a good one, guys.